Welcome to GTA 5. Today we have an easy guide on how to install car mods, as well as add in their own custom sounds. We'll be showing you how to install 2 car mods today, and even how to change the vehicle metadata so that you can get any engine sound that you're looking for. Before we get started though, make sure you watch my basic modding guide. You're going to need to install all of those basic requirements first before you're able to dive in and add some cars. But once you're done with that, it is time to get started. Now the first thing we'll need to download is a Gameconfig file. Without this, if you add car mods, your game will just crash, or it won't even boot up at all. So do not skip this step. I'll leave all the links down in the description so that you can easily find all of these mods today. So for this mod, we're going to download the V34 current version. So we'll go ahead and click on that download. And then once you have that download, we'll go ahead and extract that file. We'll also need to boot up OpenIV to install this Gameconfig. So boot her on up, and in OpenIV, we want to ensure that we are in edit mode. Confirm that this is what you want to do, and then we're going to navigate into our mods folder. We're going to go up to update, into update.rpf, common, and then data. From here, if you go down, you will see the gamefig.xml file. This is what we're going to be replacing. So we'll go to our extracted gamefig folder, and inside we're going to go to the GTA config. We're going to go for the more mods version, and then we're going to pick the stock traffic. We're going to take this gameconfig.xml and we're going to drag it right on top of the one in the OpenIV. Once you've done that, we can start adding some car mods. The first car we'll be adding is the Lamborghini. So we'll go ahead and hit that download button, wait for the download to begin, and then once complete, we'll go ahead and extract these files. Now, if you open up the car folder and then go into the next file, there's a README you should always read if you are ever confused. This is the file we'll be installing though. So back in OpenIV, we're going to go back to our mods folder. We're going to go into update x64 and then our DLC packs. Inside of the DLC pack folder, we're going to take this Huracan Spy and drag it inside of it. So once done correctly, you should see that folder inside OpenIV. But this is only half of the installation process. We're going to go back to the beginning of our mod folder. We're going to go back to update, and this time we're going to go into update.rpf, go into common, data, and then we're going to go down until we see the DLC list. Here, you need to right click this and then click edit. This will bring up a list of all the DLCs you have installed in game. And we essentially need to add this into that DLC list. So what I like to do is copy the previous line by pressing Ctrl C. At the end of the line, I press enter, and then I press Ctrl V to paste that line. Now for this folder, I'm going to right click, go down to show more options, rename, and then I'm going to press Ctrl C to copy that entire name. Now back inside of the DLC list, we need to swap what's in between these brackets. So we'll go ahead and paste our car mod, and then once complete, always make sure you press that save button. You now have your first car mod installed, but now we need to add the sounds. Otherwise, it's just going to sound like a base vanilla car in GTA 5. So we'll install the Lamborghini engine sound by pressing on this download button. And then once complete, we'll go ahead and extract these files. Now, if you go inside of that engine folder, we'll need to dive in once again, and then we'll be using the single player add-on. Here, if we extend the brackets a bit, we'll see that it's an OIV file. If you find a mod like this makes it extremely easy to install. So we'll take this OIV file and drag it directly inside of our OpenIV. You'll get prompted to do an install, and all you need to do is select the mods folder. Now it'll do everything for you. Once complete, you can go ahead and close it out. And if you ever want to double check that it was installed correctly, you can always go into your mods folder, go into update x64, DLC packs, and if you look back on the mod page, we're going to be looking for a folder that's named this. So in the DLC packs, this was installed correctly. But remember, that was only half of the process. So we'll go back to our mods folder and double check that it's actually in our DLC list as well. So we'll go into update, update.rpf, common, data, and then we'll scroll down until you see that DLC list. And once you open it, at the bottom you'll see that it was automatically added. So if you ever want to make it easy, the OIV files are going to be the easiest to install. Now we need to actually put that engine sound inside of the car. So again, if we go into our mods folder, we'll go into update x64 and then DLC packs. We want to open up our car mod folder. So we'll go inside, and then we'll go inside the dlc.rpf. Here we'll go into data, and then we want to edit the vehicles.meta. So we'll right click it and then go to edit. Inside of this mess of letters, we're going to be looking for something called the audio hash. So once you find the audio hash, we're going to be replacing what's inside of these brackets once again. So looking back at the mod page, this is the engine code we'll need. So we'll go ahead and copy this, and then inside the brackets, we'll just paste over. Make sure to save, and now you have a custom engine sound for your Lamborghini. Now we'll go ahead and install the BMW M4. So we'll go ahead and download this car mod, and then we'll go ahead and extract these files. Inside of the BMW folder, and inside of the R mod, we're going to go into the single player folder. As you can see, for this car mod, it's another OIV file. So all we need to do is drag this inside of our OpenIV. You'll get a pop-up to install, so we'll go ahead and install it. Always install inside of the mods folder and then just wait patiently. Once it's done, you can close out of the pop-up, and then we'll just double check again that everything was installed correctly. So again, in the mods folder, update, x64, and DLC packs. At the bottom, we see that we have our R mod, which is that BMW car mod we just installed. Now back into the mods folder again, update, update.rpf, common, data. We're going to look at that DLC list just to verify. So at the bottom, you see that we have the R mod once again. I don't really know if this affects anything, but I like to keep things nice and orderly. So I'll align it by doing tab twice just to make sure nothing is messed up. Then we'll go ahead and save. We have the car mod installed, but now we'll do the engine sound. So we have the BMW M2, 3, and 4 sounds. We'll go ahead and install this. We'll go ahead and extract these files, and then inside of the engine folder, we'll again do the single player add-on, and this again happens to be another OIV file. So we'll just drag this inside of our OpenIV. We will complete the installation, and then once it's successful, we'll close this pop-up. Now, in order to get the vehicle sound inside of our BMW, we're again gonna have to manually do it. So we'll go into our mods folder, update x64, and then DLC packs. We'll find our BMW car mod, and then click inside of the folder. We'll go inside of the dlc.rpf, inside of common, data, and then for this specific car, we need to go into levels as well, GTA 5 folder, and then we finally have the vehicle's meta. So we'll go ahead and edit this. If we look back on the engine mod page, we have two different audio hashes that we can use. So you can either use the N55 or the S55. So we'll just copy one of these, and then in our vehicles.meta, we are looking for that audio hash. And the only thing we're changing is what's inside of these brackets. So we'll paste our new audio hash inside of there and then press save. Now we should be good to go. We'll start up the game and hope we don't crash. Now once in game, it could be kind of tricky for you to spawn these cars in. But if you follow my how to install mods tutorial and installed Rampage Trainer, I'll show you how to easily spawn in these cars. So inside of the trainer, we're going to go into spawner, go into vehicles. You'll need to go into custom input. In here, you'll need the exact name of your car. So if you head back to OpenIV, you can simply copy the name of your car mod folder and then back in game, paste it into the search bar. Once you hit enter, your car will appear. You should hear that your new engine sounds are working fine and dandy as well, giving your car that nice crisp audio. And then of course, if you have Rampage Trainer installed, you can also do some additional things with your vehicle. So you can fully customize it from the trainer menu. You can fully tune it. If you go into Los Santos Customs, you can respray it to pretty much any color that you want. And then some cars have more options to customize, such as the fender or spoiler. It just depends on what you're adding. Now, if you fully customize your car and you don't want to do it every time you load up the game, you can also save these cars as well in Rampage Trainer. You just need to go into spawner, vehicles, and then you go into your XML loader. From here, you just press save vehicle, type in a name, press enter. So next time you load up in game, you go back to the spawner, vehicles, XML loader, and you can just load up that vehicle once again. Now I won't leave you hanging for the BMW, so we'll go back into our DLC pack folder and we'll go ahead and copy the BMW folder. So Control C to copy the name. Back inside the game, we'll paste that and then press enter, which will give us our car. And then you can hear the custom engine sounds as well. And then of course you can fully customize this too. This vehicle actually comes with a lot of different customizable options. So you can change up the hood, give it a different kind of spoiler, and even change the inside a bit. Hopefully you found this GTA 5 car mining guide nice and simple, and I hope you're cruising the streets of Los Santos in style. If you don't want to miss out on even more GTA 5 modding guides, definitely make sure you like and subscribe. I'd hate for you to miss out, but until next time, we'll see ya.